Well, we're not even allowed to have separate bathrooms for men and women anymore, but now we may have separate snack foods. In an interview, the CEO of PepsiCo, Indra Nooyi, suggested that Doritos could be more female-friendly. The female-friendly version would have a softer crunch and less cheesy residue on the fingers. Well, the comments sparked a backlash on social media, as everything does, which forced Pepsi to clarify today that there are no plans for women-specific Doritos. Kathy Rue is breathing a sigh of relief. She's founding publisher of Catalina magazine and, of course, our spirit guide to the dark recesses of the left. Kathy, it's great to see you tonight.
Thanks. Good to see you.
So I'm trying to parse. I sat in my office afternoon thinking, like, what's upsetting about lady-specific Doritos? And my only conclusion would be they suggest that there is some inherent difference between men and women, which I think is illegal now, right?
No, what's upsetting, they were saying that women are different than men in the way that they eat, that women would like to crunch and that they would like to lick their fingers when they eat Doritos, but they don't because women don't feel comfortable in society doing these things. So for Doritos to even think that way, to think that we do not want to crunch in public, they want to silence us, that's completely wrong. They're trying to silence women by not letting us crunch in public.
No, that's right. Keep the crunch. So what you're saying is that vulgarity and rudeness are feminist victories. So if a woman, like, took her Cheeto paste and rubbed it through her hair or belched at the table, those would be feminist victories, right? A
feminist victory would be being women allowed to do what men do with their Doritos. So if men are licking their fingers, then women should be allowed to do so as well. And the CEO is saying that women don't do those things, don't feel comfortable doing those things, but want to do those things. And to allow them to enjoy their Doritos, they were going to create lady-friendly Doritos.
So you think, but just to be totally clear, it's a good thing, it's a victory for the feminist ideal when women are as repulsive as men are.
Well, why should...
Like, when you see a man, like, would you dip tobacco ever? Do you think you throw in a dip of Copenhagen and you think, a man does this, I'm doing it?
Well, why do you get to be gross and we can't be gross? So it is a victory when women can be equal to men in any way. So in the 1700s, women couldn't walk on the grass because it was seen as dirty, but men could walk on the grass. So it's the same concept. You can lick your fingers, but we can't. So why do we have to be so pure and clean in society?
Hey, look, I'm not imposing my values on anyone. I'm just wondering where these rules come from. And I suspect, as I often suspect when you and I talk, that a lot of these rules are actually formulated and enforced by women. Just a guess, having lived here for 48 years. But do you think there's any truth in that?
No, absolutely not. It's men. Men are running things, aren't they? Aren't men still considered the majority, even though women are the majority in numbers in this country? Men are the majority, women are the minority, and the majority makes up the rules.
Right.
And since
but what if women were actually the majority, which they are? Would that change the calculation?
Women are the majority, and fortunately still making 77 cents to every white man's
And even
dollar.
if that statistic were totally untrue?
We know from the Department of Labor.
Before we get into more fake statistics.
That's not true?
Oh, yeah. Okay, but let me ask you this. Do female-specific products always bother you? Does it bother you that bras are for sale? Those are mostly bought by women. Does that feel like a slap in the face to women, or eyeshadow?
No, products that women need are not, no, there's nothing wrong with those products, but there's no need to make a chip that doesn't let us dirty our fingers. That's what this product is saying. But men buy eyeshadow. It's okay. It's 2018. Men are buying the same products that women are buying.
Okay. Does it bother you that women's razors are pink?
Well, women's razors can be blue as well.
Okay. And last question. When you're having dinner out with a friend of whatever, non-determinate gender, doesn't matter, do you ever think to yourself, I'm going to be disgusting. I'm going to eat with my hands. I'm going to drink the soup from the bowl?
Do you think
just
that?
as a way to express your liberation as a woman? Do you ever do that?
You could do that and get away with it, but unfortunately, women, we're just not there yet. And Dorito and PepsiCo doesn't think we're there yet, so we're not allowed to be
Do you
disgusting.
ever fold your pizza by putting a finger in the middle, like a roll your own cigarette, and kind of fold it and just like eat it like that? Have you ever eaten a Big Mac in fewer than 3 bites?
Well, yeah, if I want to be equal and treated equally, I think I will start doing that in public.
You are a feminist, Kathy Rue. I love that about you. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thanks.